Okay, dear students, good morning. Today we are going to start with the economic cause of the revolt of 1857. As it is mentioned here, how Indians were affected, economically exploited by the British in the field of agriculture and handicraft. India basically at that time to be known as an agrarian country. Even today also more than 60% of the people of India today also working in the agriculture sector. Either they are being employed directly in the field or related to any agricultural activity they are working. So they have been involved in the same kind of an field. Here it is, some of the things are mentioned clearly. For example, just see, Indians were affected. In what way? They were economically exploited by the British, but in the field of agriculture and handicraft. Let us see the main thing, the main reasons, the subtopics in that way. First one, economic exploitation of India's resources. The title is given over here as like that, exploitation of economic resources of India. How India's resources were exploited by the Britishers simply for making their industry in their country to be more powerful and superior in nature. The concept of the work is superior in nature in their own country. Let us see some of the other things in that way. They used Indian agriculture to serve it as a supplier for the industry in England. Means India became mere only agricultural colony to England. In England at that time industrial revolution took place after 1750 around, when they have the battle in India in the year 1757 against Sirajuddaula in the battlefield of Plassey, Battle of Plassey. At the same time, contemporary means at the same time, England was having industrial revolution in their own country, and due to that particular conceptual work, India became as a supplier for them for taking raw material from India. They took Indian products like textile, indigo, spices and food grains, gave more importance to cash crop. Why they gave more importance at that time to cash crop? So that they can get good amount of income. Cash crop કહેવાય કોને તો કે જે ઇઝીલી કેશમાં કન્વર્ટ થઈ શકે, કે ભાઈ માર્કેટમાં તમે લઈ જાઓ અને ઇઝીલી માર્કેટમાં સોલ્ડ આઉટ થઈ જાય. ઓકે, that kind of an crops are known as cash crop. Indian textile was banned in England and they promoted English textile in their own country, so that automatically India will be affected in its handicraft and other works as well. They imposed heavy duties, heavy kind of duties on Indian goods. ઇન્ડિયાના ગુડ્સ જે ફોરેનમાં વેચાતા એના ઉપર એ લોકોએ હેવી ટેક્સ લગાવ્યા, જેથી કરીને ઇન્ડિયાની વસ્તુ ઓટોમેટિકલી ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં કોસ્ટલી થઈ જાય. નાની પ્રોડક્ટ, ઇંગ્લેન્ડની બનાવેલી પ્રોડક્ટ ઇંગ્લિશ માર્કેટમાં ચીપ રેટમાં વેચાય અથવા તો વિધાઉટ ટેક્સ વેચાય, જેથી કરીને ઓટોમેટિકલી એવી વસ્તુ બને કે ઇન્ડિયન ગુડ્સ ત્યાં હાઈ પ્રાઇઝમાં સેલ આઉટ થાય તો પીપલ ઇન્ડિયન ગુડ્સને ન પ્રેફરન્સ આપે અને ઇંગ્લિશ ગુડ્સને જ આપે, બિકોઝ દે વેર ચીપર, કમ્પેરેટિવલી વેરી ચીપર. Second is that after that they introduced one-way free trade policy. One-way free trade policy means what? If Britishers are taking anything from India or bringing anything in India, from England, then they don't have to pay any tax. But if the same thing is done by Indians, then they have to pay tax. मतलब इंग्लैंड थी कोई वस्तु इंडिया लई आवे अथवा इंडिया थी लई जाए तो ए लोकोने कोई जातनो टैक्स न लागे. बट सेम वस्तु जो इंडियंस करे then they have to pay heavy kind of an tax on that work. Next, second point in that way, subordinate to Indian industries. Industrial revolution changed England into a textile hub. સૌથી પહેલાં ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિવોલ્યુશન જે સ્ટાર્ટ થયું, that was started in England itself. They made many machines, but that all machines were related to the textile industries in that sense. Textile industry in that sense, power loom, spinning jenny, spinning wheel, mechanical loom, power loom and other kind of instruments were invented at that time by many scientists. This was the time period of industrial revolution where they were doing the research work regarding the industrial production to be increased. એ સમયે પોપ્યુલેશન વધતું જતું હતું, ડિમાન્ડ વધતી જતી હતી, જેને હિસાબે એ લોકોને પ્રોડક્શન હાઈ કરવું હતું. દે વોન્ટ ટુ ઇન્ક્રીઝ ધ પ્રોડક્શન રેશિયો ઇન દેટ વે, ધ ટાઈમ પીરિયડ એન્ડ ઇવન ધ પ્રોડક્શન quantity. So in that sense particularly they develop many machines. એમાં સૌથી પહેલા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ રિવોલ્યુશન સ્ટાર્ટ થયું ટેક્સટાઇલ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાં. Textile in that sense, cotton textile basically. Now from where cotton will come? Cotton will come to England from that countries where English people were ruling. So ultimately India became one of the agricultural colony to England from where they can take the required raw material for the industry what they have established already in England. ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં ઓલરેડી એસ્ટાબ્લિશ થયેલી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીની અંદર જે રો મટીરિયલ હોય એ આવા કન્ટ્રી પ્રોવાઈડ કરે કે જેના ઉપર ઇંગ્લિશ પીપલ ઓલરેડી રૂલ કરે છે. એટ દેટ ટાઈમ દે હેવ ટેકન મેની થિંગ્સ ફ્રોમ ઇન્ડિયા, ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ કોટન, jute and along with that indigo. Okay, indigo was at that time used to color the cloth, blue color, right? Okay. Heavy duty were imposed on Indian goods to promote English, that we already discussed before કે Indian goods ઉપર heavy duty લગાવે અને English goods ઉપર no duty, nominal duty. So automatically English goods were sold in the market at cheaper rate in comparison with the Indian goods, obviously. Purchased raw cotton and jute from India at a very cheap rate, very cheap rate, which already give blow to Indian industry. Suppose if Indians will oppose this particular kind of a thing, then they will use their money power, muscle power and other things simply to suppress the people of India. India remained only mere as an agricultural supplier, to England. ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં જે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી ચાલતી હતી એને રિલેટેડ જે રો મટીરિયલ જોઈ that had to be provided by India. Took raw material from India, okay, and just taking that things to England, અને ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં એ રો મટીરિયલમાંથી ગુડ્સ બનાવે, finished goods બનાવે, product, and then after they were simply dumping the same kind of finished goods in India where they are selling the same goods in India at very cheaper rate in comparison with the Indian goods. Now last point you have to understand. એ સમયે ઇન્ડિયામાં કોટેજ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રી ચાલતી. This cottage industry was making cloth and other kind of things by hand woven things, handicraft. These handicraft things were very much costly because of the time consuming, whatever it was taking time to make up. Okay, the same kind of an handicraft or the cloth which was going to be prepared by the Indians was very costly in comparison with the machine goods which was made up in England. જે કપડું ઇન્ડિયાવાળો માણસ એક દિવસમાં એક કપડું બનાવે એ જ વસ્તુ મશીનમાં 10 કપડા બને, 10, So ultimately the value of Indian goods is little bit higher, cost little bit higher than the finished goods of England. Automatically in that particular sense ઇન્ડિયામાં ઇન્ડિયાની ખુદની વસ્તુઓ થોડી કોસ્ટલી વેચાતી ઇન કમ્પેરિઝન વિથ ધ મશીન મેડ ગુડ્સ વિચ આર જસ્ટ કમિંગ ટુ ઇન્ડિયા ફ્રોમ ઇંગ્લેન્ડ. કારણ કે ઇંગ્લેન્ડમાં એ વસ્તુ મશીનમાં બનતી એટલે એકસાથે મશીનમાં ઘણી બધી વસ્તુ બની શકે. સેકન્ડ થિંગ, ધ કલર ક્વોલિટી રિગાર્ડિંગ ધ ઇંગ્લિશ ગુડ વોઝ ફાર બેટર because this was done by machine. Even the finishing work is also done by the machine. So it was far better in that way. So Indians were more attracted towards that thing. Then gradually India became mere agriculture colony to British, as I said. On the other hand, India itself deprived from its own resources. For example, like raw material, food grains and others. Ultimately it happened in that way. Food grains na cost ઉપર આપણે cash crop grow કરવા માંડ્યા because Britishers were forcing us. Due to that reason, India itself has the scarcity of food grains and the raw material for itself only. ખુદ ઇન્ડિયાના પ્રોડક્શન માટે food grains અને raw materialની શોર્ટેજ થવા માંડી. Ultimately, thus India became an instrument of exploitation for the British only in that way particularly.